All right, welcome to another episode of the Ask Swenk show. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about transitioning from an agency owner to an agency CEO. And there is a big difference.
I'm Jason Swenk, and I'm answering your questions. And this is Ask Swenk.
So let's get into the first question. Lisa asked, in the agency playbook, I watched a video on leadership where you outline the roles of an agency owner, and creative direction was not on the list. Here's the thing, I'm not being arrogant, but my company has grown because I'm the best at being creative. I've experimented with backing off on the smaller projects, but it's obvious the project I work on are more creative and innovative than the ones I don't touch. My question is how do I successfully back out of the creative director role and shift into a quotation, boring but important role of the CEO? Or should I stay in the creative director role since my agency relies on talent for its success? I relate to this very much because in the very beginning, even toward the middle of the agency, I was the most creative person. And I truly loved it too. And that's the kind of the key thing is I loved the creative process in order to help the client explain what they wanted, because we all know that it's very challenging for the client to tell you what they want until they see it, right? And so I was really good at extracting out that information. And I felt no one else could do that. And if you don't get the right information, garbage in, garbage out, right? I think that's where you're at. The thing is it's just not scalable. And what you need to do is set up a process and document a system and create a system around this so your team can execute on this. Everything you do has been learned, and there's some kind of framework that you've actually come up with, right? And you just need to document it. Now, going back to the first point that I said is I loved it. I led every creative meeting from the very beginning on that first meeting, and then I handed it off. I got out of the damn way. I did that because I loved it. And that was the only reason why. Even though my guys could lead all that. So that's perfectly fine. But if you're doing roles that's not allowing you to grow the agency, it's going to be distracting. And you're saying no to the right things rather than no to the wrong things, okay? And there's a big difference. So you got to figure out, first off, you need to come up with a system even if you're going to continue doing this. Or you need to figure out who needs to be the CEO or do those roles, right? So I had a business partner. His role was not the CEO. His role was something totally different, right? So you got to figure out what you're good in and be self-aware of, what you need to be doing and what you're really good at and what you're really bad at. So if you're really bad at leading your team, then you need to find a leader or figure out what do I need to do in order to transform and become the leader for my agency, because there needs to be a leader. If there's no leader and everybody's just doing, then you're never going to get to the place that you need to go. All right. So if you like this episode, make sure you share it out with any of your agency friends, partners, whoever. You'll be helping them out. You'll be helping me out as well. And have a swank day.